My name's Leah Hamilton. My business is Hamilton Legacy. We do bespoke estate planning, which is planning for your estate, be that your property, your family, your children, planning to protect those assets for whoever you want to protect those assets for. But it's on a bespoke basis because every single person, every family, every estate is different, and therefore their needs at various points in their life, in their journey, will be different. So we are there to help them plan for every eventuality going forward. I will be with them on their journey right the way through their lives, and their needs will change right the way through there, from the fact of getting married, having family, running a business, etc., etc. So I'm with them and protecting their assets for them right the way along that journey. Protect their business if they were to die, so that the business can still retain its value, continue trading. It could be safeguarding their property so that it's not lost to long-term care costs. It could be ring fencing their assets so that if they die, their spouse is protected. However, if their spouse were to remarry, that those assets still get to the children without it impeding the surviving spouse in any way. It could be protecting assets in case you have injury, i.e. mental capacity, through powers of attorney. And fundamentally, it can also protect against any tax that might impede their or affect their estate in any way, be that inheritance tax, capital gains tax. So I'm there for their needs right the way through their journey. If you want a will writer, they will give you a certain amount of advice. They will give you a will that will give everything to your partner, to your spouse, and down to the children. What they won't necessarily do is talk you through the permutations of what could happen and protect against those vagaries that could happen to you in your life. I'm very much about bespoke planning. Every single client I see, I will have those in-depth conversations as to what their values are, what they want to achieve, what their estates are comprised of, what they want to protect now and going forward, whereas a will writer will produce a will. Everyone needs a will. Really, it's a glib statement, but you need to be warm and vertical to need a will and have assets. However, most people start thinking about having a will at certain trigger points. So it could be when they have children, and certainly guardianship is a key element. You need to be protecting what happens to your children, protecting your children and what happens to them should you and your spouse, i.e. their parents, die at the same time. If not, the local authorities will decide what happens to your children. So that's a very fundamental of putting guardianship in. So it could be children, it could be buying property, it could be having a business. Anything where you have assets, you need to start thinking about having a will to protect those assets. And don't make any assumptions, because people assume things will happen and they're completely wrong. And it's only when they die will they find out they were completely wrong, unless they get appropriate advice.